Tony D and Little Jones somewhere in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on a date with deception. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. A Woman Scorned. Check out my books. The links in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is an interesting hotel movie. It's very much a hotel movie. It's done by Mar Vista. But it's not bad. It's not bad. So the deal is this fancy doctor husband frames his wife or employee. I'm not sure. I think they were together for embezzling $1 million, and she goes to prison, and he divorces her, I guess. So she goes to prison, and in prison, she meets another inmate who's in prison also for a crime she didn't commit, coincidentally, but she was in marketing. So they team up. I guess she got screwed over by the same guy, Elias. So she wants to take him down too, but I guess he doesn't know her. Maybe he got screwed by her in some indirect way, and she went to jail too for some reason. Anyhow, she decides to help the woman bring down Elias, who's handsome man here, and he plays a pretty sinister guy. I gotta say, he's a little bit sinister. He's some kind of doctor, and he overbills patients and things like that. So she is sort of watching him, gets caught by him. They have a confrontation in this scene, but eventually she figures out that he keeps his confidential files in his lake house, and then of course he invites her up to the lake house so he could bang her, and then she drugs him. The black girl drugs him so the redhead can break in and steal his files, but they get caught, and then she finds out that like his girlfriend was murdered, and then they struggle over a gun, and she gets it back. I don't know what happens to the black girl. The black girl might get shot or something. I don't know. A date with deception. Probably rated R for adult situations. I don't know. So, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, pitch-wise. I mean, it's kind of low budget. Like, low-high budget, if you know what I mean. It's just shot in offices and lake houses, whatever access the producer had to offices. The sets are kind of boring, very corporate. Parking garages, things like that. But, it's not a bad pitch. It's not the worst pitch in the world. I mean, even this prison scene probably isn't a prison. They probably just found a picnic area with a bunch of fences, or maybe they did shoot in a prison. I don't know. But it's two women getting revenge on a guy who screwed them. Right? Yeah, this is probably not a real prison. It's probably like a fake prison, I'm going to guess, but just some place that looks like a prison. So, yeah, for a woman in trouble movie, or like a Hallmark movie or something, this looks perfectly fine. So, first act, the redhead gets framed, goes to prison. There she meets the black girl, who also wants to get back at Elias for some reason. So they hatch a plan to get their revenge. Second act, they both get out of prison, I guess at the same time. And she becomes the face of some kind of marketing, some kind of business that they could use as a front to get at Elias. So they do that, and of course, they're both very, very attractive, so they have a fling. Somewhere in the second act, she gets confronted by Elias. Elias spots her, and they get into a big fight. And he's like, stay away from me, blah, blah, blah. Makes him suspicious, but not of the black girl. So they're slowly uncovering clues. They eventually figure out that Elias keeps all his personal records at the lake house, and now she has to go there. Elias, being a sleazebag with 5 o'clock shadow, says, come up to my lake house and we'll not have sex. of course, he wants to have sex with her, so she agrees to do it, and then starts getting frisky with him. But she drugged him, so he passes out. And then they break into his files, and they find even more shocking revelations. He probably killed his former girlfriend, and then there's some sort of third act in which he either kills the black girl or injures her or hides her or locks her in a closet, and then the redhead has to confront him, and they get into a fight. And of course, the redhead somehow overpowers him and gets the gun. I mean, look, they probably couldn't spend a lot of money on stunt coordination, but that's the way you want it to go, right? You don't want the women to die. So in the end, the women win. Either they kill Elias, or it's one of those scenes where he falls off a cliff and trying to kill one of them, and he trips, or he just gives up, and they send him to jail. The only place you'll be embezzling money is in prison. One of those things. And then they win. And then they open a business, and they're wildly successful, and they go on to clear their names and have a great time in life. This is a movie that's mostly aimed at women. It's a hotel movie. It's a movie you'd see at a hotel or on a Lifetime channel. Lifetime, that's what it is. It's a Lifetime movie, I think. So it's not bad. I mean, you could do a lot worse. These movies are sometimes very annoyingly bad. This one looks like it was competently produced. It's got a decent plot, I would say. Hannah Jane McMurray in a thriller drama movie. Yeah, got some thrills to it. I mean, the sets are boring. It's not a lot going on. It's very corporate. But I gotta say, the cast is mostly delivering, I think. They're delivering, what you'd expect in a movie like this. The cinematography's okay. There's nothing like spectacular about it. Is the only issue, and that's nitpicking it. I mean, it looks perfectly fine, but they would need to have some, in my view, big visual, right? Like a couple of overhead shots or something like that. But this is probably a low budget. They're just sort of quick and dirty shooting the damn thing. But I'm going to say it looks competently done. So, fellas, if your girlfriend wants to watch A Date with Deception, I think you could probably tolerate it. Yeah. And ladies, I think you could do a hell of a lot worse. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Oh, she's sleeping in her little bed. Thanks for tuning in. I will be at the Addison in Egg Harbor on Wednesday at 2 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. That one's only open to residents and family members. But on Thursday, I'll be at the Pemberton Community Library at 6 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. And that one's open to the public, so come on down. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.